Errol Flynn, a rebellious figure who embraced his bad boy persona in Hollywood, was much more complex than his public image suggests. His fascination with the ocean's depths mirrored the hidden layers of his own life. Beneath the surface of his glamorous career lay secrets that shaped his legacy. The allure of adventure and the thrill of danger often overshadowed his artistic contributions. His relationships and escapades became the focus, leading to a narrative that often missed the mark on his true character. The stories of his life, filled with both triumph and controversy, paint a picture of a man who struggled with his identity amidst fame. The darker aspects of his life, including allegations and personal challenges, contributed to a reputation that many remember today. This complex interplay of talent and turmoil raises questions about how we define legacy and the reasons behind Flynn's enduring notoriety. Known for his charm and charisma, Errol Flynn became a symbol of Hollywood's bad boy image. His on-screen persona as a dashing swashbuckler captivated audiences, making him a leading man during the golden age of cinema. Films like The Adventures of Robin Hood showcased his athleticism and flair, solidifying his status as a star. However, it was his off-screen life that often drew more attention. Flynn was notorious for his wild lifestyle, which included heavy partying and numerous romantic relationships. His reputation as a womanizer was well documented, and he did not shy away from the media's scrutiny. In his autobiography, titled My Wicked, Wicked Ways, Flynn candidly reflected on his life, offering a glimpse into his hedonistic pursuits and unapologetic attitude. This book served as both a confession and a celebration of his flawed existence, revealing the complexities behind the glamorous facade. Flynn's legacy remains a blend of cinematic brilliance and a tumultuous personal life, making him a fascinating figure in Hollywood history. Errol Flynn had it all. With his good looks, charm, talent, and intelligence, he captured the hearts of many. His substantial fan base included devoted admirers and willing women who adored him. Flynn epitomized the romantic lover and swashbuckling hero, bringing to life characters that thrilled audiences. His performances in films made him a legend, but his off-screen life was equally captivating. He lived a lifestyle filled with adventure and excitement, often indulging in risky behaviors that would eventually take a toll on his career. As he embraced the glamorous life of a Hollywood star, he also became known for his wild parties and relationships. This dangerous lifestyle, while thrilling, began to overshadow his talent and success. The very qualities that made him a star also led him down a path of excess. Over time, his choices contributed to a decline in his career and personal life. Despite his legendary status, Flynn's story serves as a reminder of how fame and fortune can sometimes lead to self-destruction. Flynn's life was filled with drama and intrigue, making him a fascinating figure in Hollywood history. After his untimely death, many secrets about him came to light, revealing the complexities of his character. He was known for his charm and good looks, which helped him rise to fame in the 1930s and 1940s. However, behind the glamorous facade lay a troubled man. His relationships were often tumultuous, marked by affairs and scandals that made headlines. The forces at play in his life included a mix of personal demons, such as his struggles with alcohol, and a restless spirit that led him to seek excitement and risky behaviors. As details emerged posthumously, it became clear that Flynn's life was not just a series of adventures, but also a reflection of deeper issues. His experiences in World War I and the impact of his upbringing shaped his worldview and choices. The revelations painted a picture of a man who was both a hero on screen and a flawed individual off it. The combination of his charisma, talent, and personal struggles created a legacy that continues to captivate audiences. The tragic end of his life only added to the mystique surrounding him, leaving many to ponder the true nature of Errol Flynn. Theodore Thompson Flynn, an Australian lecturer, and Lily Mary Young welcomed Errol Leslie Thompson Flynn into the world on June 20, 1909, in Battery Point, Tasmania. Growing up in a family that loved sailing, Flynn developed a fascination with the ocean from a young age. This early connection to the sea would influence his adventurous spirit throughout his life. He attended school in Hobart, where he began to show an interest in acting. His passion for performance led him to South West London College in London, England, where he continued his education and honed his skills. After his time in London, Flynn returned to Australia, where he enrolled in the City Church of England Grammar School. This period of his life was crucial in shaping his future career in acting, as he began to explore the world of theater and performance more deeply. His early experiences and education laid the groundwork for his later success as a prominent actor in Hollywood. After being dismissed from his junior clerk job and expelled from school, Errol Flynn spent several years working odd jobs while traveling between Papua New Guinea and Sydney. During this time, he developed a fiery temperament and a sensual charisma that would later captivate moviegoers and Hollywood paparazzi alike. His early experiences shaped his personality and laid the groundwork for his future in acting. Flynn's charm and adventurous spirit drew people to him, making him a memorable figure even before he stepped into the limelight. He took on various roles, from a gold prospector to a sailor, which not only provided him with diverse experiences, but also enriched his understanding of life and storytelling. This period of exploration and self-discovery was crucial in molding the man who would become a legendary actor. His ability to connect with others and his magnetic presence hinted at the star he was destined to become, setting the stage for a remarkable career in film. During his early years, Errol Flynn faced challenges that shaped his adventurous spirit. He was dismissed from school for fighting, a sign of his rebellious nature. His youthful indiscretions included an affair with the daughter of the school laundress, which hinted at his charm and charisma even at a young age. Before finding his true calling in acting, Flynn tried his hand at various jobs. He ventured into copper mining, worked on a tobacco plantation, and even prospecting for gold. These experiences contributed to his restless energy and desire for excitement. In 1933, he stumbled into acting, making his debut in the Australian film In the Wake of the Bounty. This marked the beginning of a remarkable journey in the film industry. Flynn's vibrant personality and adventurous past fueled his performances, captivating audiences and establishing him as a leading man in Hollywood. His life was a blend of daring exploits and cinematic success, reflecting the energy he carried throughout his career. After that, Flynn migrated to Britain and joined a repertory company where he honed his acting skills. He spent 6 months there, performing in various plays and gaining valuable experience. During this time, Hollywood scouts took notice of his talent and charisma. They saw potential in him and offered him a deal with Warner Brothers, which marked a significant turning point in his career. Flynn then traveled around the world, experiencing different cultures and lifestyles, which would later influence his acting style. Although his early roles were utterly forgettable, the studio was determined to transform him into a celebrity. They recognized his good looks and charm, believing he had the star quality needed to captivate audiences. With the right marketing and promotion, Flynn quickly became a household name, starring in swashbuckling adventures and romantic dramas that showcased his talents. His journey from a small theater in Britain to the glitz and glamour of Hollywood is a testament to his resilience and the power of opportunity in the entertainment industry. Despite the glamorous image of their relationship, Flynn's connection with Damita was far from ideal. He had met her while traveling to the U.S. on a ship, where she had mockingly rejected his advances. This rejection only fueled his desire, as Flynn loved a challenge. Damita, a stunning French woman who was 5 years older than him, captivated him completely. Within weeks of their meeting, they announced their plans to marry, quickly flying to Arizona to tie the knot. After their wedding, they settled in the Hollywood Hills, a place that seemed perfect for a couple in love. However, beneath the surface of their seemingly idyllic life, their marriage was fraught with difficulties. The initial excitement faded, revealing a tumultuous relationship filled with conflict and discontent. Flynn's charm and charisma could not mask the underlying issues that plagued their union, turning what was supposed to be a fairy tale into a horror show. The challenges they faced would ultimately define their time together, overshadowing the romance that had initially drawn them to one another. While Damita chose to step away from acting after their marriage, this decision inadvertently opened doors for Flynn. He was able to leverage her connections and fame to launch his own career. Flynn made his acting debut in the film Captain Blood in 1935, where he starred alongside a young Olivia de Havilland. Their on-screen chemistry captivated audiences, leading to widespread admiration and speculation about their relationship. Rumors began to swirl, suggesting a romantic connection between Flynn and de Havilland, which only added to the intrigue surrounding the film. Meanwhile, Damita, Flynn's wife, found herself grappling with feelings of jealousy. She was not upset about Flynn's rising fame, but rather frustrated that he had become the more recognized figure in their partnership. This shift in attention sparked her anger, and she did not hesitate to express her feelings to Flynn. The dynamics of their relationship became complicated as Flynn's star continued to rise, leaving Damita feeling overshadowed and resentful. Jealousy can often lead to intense emotions and actions. In the case of Damita, her jealousy for her attractive spouse, Errol Flynn, reached a peak that was hard to manage. This jealousy became so overwhelming that it affected Flynn's work life. While filming his next movie, The Charge of the Light Brigade, Flynn found himself unable to cope with the pressure. His frustration boiled over on set, leading to a significant outburst. Instead of directing his anger towards his wife, he unleashed it on the studio head, Jack Warner. Flynn's tirade was not just a simple complaint. It was filled with harsh words and anti-black slurs, showcasing a side of him that many did not expect. His demands for more money added to the chaos of the moment, revealing the stress he was under. This incident highlighted how jealousy can impact relationships and professional environments, leading to actions that can have lasting consequences. The emotional turmoil that Flynn experienced during this time serves as a reminder of the complexities of human relationships and the effects of jealousy. Flynn's outbursts were a significant part of his tumultuous life. These moments of anger were undoubtedly fueled by genuine animosity. He often found himself in heated arguments with his wife, Damita. Despite living in different homes, they still spent a lot of time together, which often led to conflicts. Their disagreements were intense, and Damita was never shy about reminding Flynn of the consequences he would face if he ever considered divorce. She made it clear that she would expect sizable alimony, which added to Flynn's feelings of being trapped. This situation created a cycle of frustration and resentment. Flynn's emotional state was further complicated by his career pressures and personal struggles. The combination of his professional life and his troubled marriage made it difficult for him to find peace. As a result, his outbursts became more frequent, reflecting the turmoil he felt inside. The relationship dynamics between Flynn and Damita were complex, filled with love, anger, and a sense of entrapment that only seemed to escalate over time. During the chaos of his time, Errol Flynn's career was flourishing. He became a household name, especially after landing the iconic role of Robin Hood. This character showcased his charm and adventurous spirit, making him a favorite among audiences. Flynn's success did not stop there. He took on more prominent roles in films such as Green Light, Another Dawn, and The Prince and the Pauper. Each of these movies contributed to his growing fame and solidified his status as a leading man in Hollywood. Notably, The Prince and the Pauper featured another collaboration with actress Olivia de Havilland, which was significant for both their careers. This film was also groundbreaking, as it was the studio's first major production to utilize the 3-strip Technicolor technique, enhancing the visual experience for viewers. Flynn's ability to captivate audiences with his performances during this period helped him become one of the most recognized actors of his time, leaving a lasting impact on the film industry. Despite the success of The Adventures of Robin Hood, which made Errol Flynn a household name, this fame came with limitations. The role established him as a popular swashbuckling figure, leading studios to typecast him in similar roles. Viewers began to expect Flynn to portray dashing heroes in adventurous settings, which restricted the variety of characters he could play. This typecasting was evident in his subsequent films, where he often found himself in roles that fit the swashbuckling mold. However, Flynn did manage to break away from this pattern with the release of Dodge City in 1939, a western that became another box office success. This film marked a turning point for him, as it demonstrated his ability to thrive in different genres despite earlier failures in other roles. Following this, Flynn expanded his repertoire, appearing in more westerns, dramas, comedies, romances, and adventure movies. His versatility allowed him to explore a range of characters, showcasing his talent beyond the swashbuckling image that had initially defined his career. Flynn would play one of his favorite roles as boxer Gentleman Jim Corbett in Gentleman Jim the next year. To prepare for this part, Flynn trained in boxing, immersing himself in the sport to portray the character authentically. His dedication to the role showcased his commitment to his craft, as he wanted to bring the legendary boxer to life on the big screen. The film highlighted Corbett's rise in the boxing world, capturing the spirit of the late 19th century and the challenges faced by athletes of that era. Flynn's performance was not just about physicality, it also involved understanding the character's motivations and struggles. Additionally, he would sign a new deal with a studio agreeing to feature in 4 films annually, which marked a significant step in his career. This agreement allowed him to expand his filmography and reach a wider audience. One of the films produced under this deal would be by Thompson Productions, further solidifying his status as a leading actor in Hollywood. Flynn's ability to take on diverse roles and his willingness to train for them made him a memorable figure in the film industry. His portrayal of Gentleman Jim Corbett remains a testament to his talent and dedication to acting. As Errol Flynn's career soared, his personal life began to unravel. His growing success in Hollywood brought him fame and admiration, but it also created tension in his marriage. His wife, feeling increasingly jealous of his rising stardom, struggled to cope with the attention he received from fans and co-stars alike. In an attempt to salvage their relationship, they decided to have a child, hoping it would strengthen their bond. Unfortunately, this last-ditch effort did not bring the improvement they had hoped for. Instead, it highlighted the cracks in their relationship. The couple spent more time apart than together, leading to a growing sense of isolation and disconnection. After 7 years of marriage, the strain became too much to bear, and they ultimately decided to divorce in 1942. This marked the end of a tumultuous chapter in Flynn's life, as he faced the challenges of both his career and personal relationships. Despite being a master philanderer, Flynn had a difficult time accepting loss. He constructed an 8-acre ranch-style colonial residence on Mulholland Drive, which at the time was thought to be remote in the Hollywood Hills. This home served as his retreat and party hub in the 1940s. It was a place where he entertained leading ladies like Anne Sheridan, Linda Christian, Hedy Lamarr, and Ida Lupino. The design of the house was quite unique, featuring hidden passageways, two-way mirrors, and peepholes, which added an element of intrigue and excitement to the gatherings. Flynn's residence became a symbol of his larger-than-life persona, reflecting both his charm and his complicated relationships. The property was not just a home, but a stage for his extravagant lifestyle, where the boundaries between privacy and public life blurred. The hidden features of the house allowed Flynn to maintain a sense of mystery, making it a fitting backdrop for his adventures and escapades. The allure of the colonial residence continues to capture the imagination of those who hear about it. Despite his charm and talent, Errol Flynn struggled with serious issues, particularly his alcohol addiction. This addiction seemed unstoppable and was accompanied by other bad habits that affected his health and relationships. He was diagnosed with tuberculosis, a condition that would haunt him throughout his life. However, the worst was yet to come as his lifestyle choices continued to take a toll on him. The phrase "and like Flynn" became popular during his rise to fame, reflecting his legendary status as a womanizer. Flynn had a reputation for pursuing women with little to no resistance, which contributed to the expression's association with him. This phrase captured the essence of his charisma and the ease with which he navigated romantic encounters. As such, Flynn must bear personal liability for the expression, as it emerged from his life experiences and public persona. His relationships were often tumultuous, marked by passion and drama, which only added to his allure and the stories surrounding him. However, etymology is an imperfect science, and the origin of some words and phrases does not necessarily correspond to what popular culture asserts about them. According to Gustavo Bruckner of Worldwide Words, the expression "and like Flynn" has nothing to do with the actor Errol Flynn. Instead, Bruckner claims that it could have referred to Edward J. Boss Flynn, a New York Democratic campaign manager. Flynn was known for his ability to get candidates elected with ease, leading to the phrase being used in a context that suggests someone is in a favorable position or has succeeded effortlessly. This connection highlights how language evolves and how meanings can shift over time, often diverging from their original roots. The phrase has become a part of everyday language, illustrating the complexities of word origins and the influence of cultural figures on language. The association with Errol Flynn may stem from his fame and the adventurous roles he played in films, but the true etymology points to a different source entirely. For his part, Errol Flynn seems to enjoy being linked to the expression "wicked, wicked ways." In fact, according to New World Encyclopedia, the publisher persuaded the actor to use the more appropriate title for his autobiography instead of the phrase's intended meaning of "like me." This title reflects Flynn's larger-than-life persona and his tumultuous life filled with adventure, romance, and controversy. Flynn was known for his charm and charisma, which captivated audiences during the golden age of Hollywood. His roles in films such as Captain Blood and The Adventures of Robin Hood showcased his swashbuckling style and athleticism. However, his off-screen life was equally dramatic, filled with scandals and legal troubles. Flynn's autobiography offers a glimpse into his world, revealing his thoughts on fame, relationships, and the challenges he faced. The title "Wicked, Wicked Ways" captures the essence of his life, filled with both allure and danger, making it a fitting choice for a man who lived life to the fullest. While new people kept on entering and leaving Flynn's life, one creature was permanent: Flynn's pet dog Arno. This little dog was more than just a pet. He was a loyal companion who never left Flynn's side. The bond between them was strong, and Flynn often took Arno with him to various events, including movie premieres and dinners. The tiny mutt, as Flynn affectionately called him, was a constant presence in the actor's life, providing comfort and companionship amid the chaos of fame. Arno was not just a dog, he was a part of Flynn's family. They shared many moments together, and their connection was evident to everyone who saw them. Flynn's love for Arno was so deep that the dog even slept in the same bed as his owner. This unique relationship highlighted the importance of companionship and loyalty, especially in the often lonely world of Hollywood. Arno was a reminder of the simple joys in life, and his presence brought Flynn a sense of peace and happiness that was hard to find in the spotlight. In 1943, Errol Flynn married Nora Eddington in Acapulco, Mexico. This union, however, did not bring Flynn the happiness he sought. Shortly after the wedding, he departed for New York City, leaving Eddington behind, pregnant and alone in Mexico. His absence lasted 6 months, during which time Eddington prepared for the arrival of their child. Flynn returned just before the birth of their daughter, Deirdre. Yet, when the moment came for him to witness the birth, he could not bring himself to be present. He left the building, unable to face the reality of the situation. This pattern of behavior reflected Flynn's struggles with commitment and responsibility, which often overshadowed his personal life. His marriage to Eddington became a chapter marked by emotional distance and a lack of connection, highlighting the complexities of his character and the challenges he faced in his relationships. The story of Flynn and Eddington serves as a poignant reminder of the difficulties that can arise in the lives of even the most celebrated individuals. Nora Eddington knew the challenges of being married to Errol Flynn. While Flynn was often seen in the company of beautiful women and extras from his films, Eddington was hiding a secret of her own. She had fallen for Richard Hames, a singer who captivated her attention. Both Eddington and Hames were married, yet they chose to pursue their feelings for each other, leaving their spouses behind. This decision brought a sense of independence and excitement to Eddington's life. However, the thrill of this new relationship was overshadowed by the reality of Flynn's unpredictable nature. He struggled with feelings of rejection and jealousy, which often led to turmoil in their marriage. Eddington's affair with Hames added to the complexity of her life with Flynn, creating a web of emotions that was difficult to navigate. The glamorous world of Hollywood was not as perfect as it seemed, filled with hidden secrets and personal struggles that shaped the lives of those involved. The dynamics of love, betrayal, and the quest for freedom played out against the backdrop of a scandal that would leave a lasting mark on both Eddington and Flynn. Flynn immersed himself into his work on the film The Drake, seeking to comfort his bruised ego after facing challenges in his career. During this time, he found a new engagement with Patrice Wymore, a 21-year-old actress who was his most recent co-star. Their relationship brought a sense of joy and stability to his personal life, which had been tumultuous. Flynn's charm and charisma were evident both on and off the screen, and Wymore seemed to provide the support he needed. However, despite the improvements in his personal life, his professional life continued to face difficulties. The pressures of Hollywood and the expectations placed on him as a leading man weighed heavily. While he enjoyed the companionship of Wymore, the struggles in his career loomed large. Flynn's dedication to his craft was unwavering, yet the challenges he faced in the industry made it hard for him to find the same comfort in his work as he did in his relationship. The contrast between his personal happiness and professional struggles created a complex situation for the actor. After the war, Errol Flynn made appearances in a few fairly popular movies, but he had lost some of his peak appeal. He battled alcoholism and drank excessively while filming, which impacted his image. This struggle with alcohol became a significant part of his life and career, affecting his performances and public perception. Flynn spent many years working for Warner Brothers, where he became known for his charming and adventurous roles. However, as time went on, his star began to fade. He was loaned to MGM to act in films like That Forsyte Woman and Kim, but these projects did not revive his career as he had hoped. His 18-year partnership with Warner Brothers eventually came to an end, marking a significant shift in his professional life. Despite this decline, Flynn would make an appearance in another Warner swashbuckler, The Master of Ballantrae, showcasing that he still had the ability to captivate audiences, even if his personal struggles overshadowed his talent. His reckless way of living caught up with him by the 1950s. Errol Flynn, known for his charm and adventurous spirit, often found himself in trouble due to his lifestyle choices. He once said, "I have a zest for living, but equally the urge to die." This statement reflects the duality of his existence, where the thrill of life was often overshadowed by self-destructive habits. Directors could no longer rely on him to be on set on time or to remember his lines. His struggles with drug and alcohol addictions took a toll on his career and personal life. The vibrant and handsome actor, who once captivated audiences with his performances, saw his once attractive face become bloated and unrecognizable. This transformation was a stark reminder of the consequences of his choices. As the years went by, Flynn's reputation shifted from that of a leading man to a troubled figure, illustrating how a life lived on the edge can lead to unforeseen challenges and hardships. After moving to Europe, Flynn continued to appear in and create movies, actively seeking work to pay off his debts. The unsuccessful 1954 production of The Story of William Tell had drained his finances, leaving him in a difficult position. Despite these challenges, he did not give up on his career. In 1957, he presented and performed in his television series, The Errol Flynn Theater, which showcased his talent and charisma. This series allowed him to connect with audiences in a new way, bringing his larger-than-life persona to the small screen. His efforts to revive his career paid off when he received a role in Istanbul, marking a return to Hollywood. This opportunity came after he landed a part in the popular movie The Sun Also Rises, which was based on the novel by Ernest Hemingway. This film helped to re-establish Flynn's presence in the film industry, demonstrating his enduring appeal and talent as an actor. His later career was marked by resilience and a determination to overcome the financial difficulties he faced. During the 1950s, Errol Flynn found himself in a challenging phase of his career. That same year, he took on the role of a drunk in several films, showcasing his ability to adapt to different characters despite the decline in his leading man status. These minor roles, while providing some work, were not enough to sustain his lifestyle. By this time, Flynn was essentially separated from his wife, Moore, which added to his struggles. The separation marked a significant change in his personal life, leading him to seek new opportunities in the film industry. However, the roles he landed during this period were often limited and did not reflect the star power he once had. Flynn's charm and charisma still shone through, but the industry had shifted, and he was no longer the top box office draw. As he navigated this difficult time, he continued to search for roles that would reignite his career and provide the financial stability he needed. The combination of personal challenges and a changing film landscape made this a complex chapter in Flynn's life. Despite his earlier success and fame, Errol Flynn faced significant financial troubles that would ultimately lead him to a dark place. His lifestyle, marked by extravagance and high spending, caught up with him as debts piled up. A brief comeback in Hollywood provided some hope, but it was not enough to fend off the relentless pursuit of the IRS and bill collectors. The pressure mounted as he struggled to manage his finances, and the weight of his financial issues became increasingly burdensome. In a desperate attempt to avoid losing his assets to the tax authorities, Flynn made the difficult decision to move his beloved boat, the Saka, up to Vancouver. This move symbolized more than just a change of location. It marked a farewell to a life he once knew. The financial strain forced him to confront the reality of his situation, and he realized that he was bidding farewell not only to his boat, but also to the glamorous lifestyle that had defined his earlier years. The challenges he faced were a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in the world of fame and fortune. As Flynn faced the end of his life, he made sure to spend precious moments with his daughters and ex-wife Nora. He understood that his health was deteriorating, and that this trip might be their last time together. During a visit to a couple in Vancouver, he expressed his discomfort and asked to see a doctor. The doctor examined him and noted Flynn's complaints of pain. After the examination, the doctor recommended rest, prescribed medication, and even gave him a leg massage to ease his suffering. However, when the doctor returned to check on Flynn, he found something alarming. The situation was more serious than anyone had anticipated. Flynn's condition had worsened significantly, revealing the harsh reality of his health struggles. This moment marked a turning point, as it became clear that Flynn was facing a battle that he might not win. The love and support from his family during this time were crucial, providing comfort in his final days. Flynn's legacy as a charismatic actor remained, but the focus shifted to the personal connections that mattered most in his last moments. When Errol Flynn passed away on October 14, 1959, he was only 50 years old. His life was marked by high-flying adventures, crazy parties, and numerous scandals. Unfortunately, his health had deteriorated significantly due to years of heavy drinking and addiction. When he was found unresponsive, it was already too late for him. He was rushed to the hospital, but his liver was in such poor condition that cirrhosis would have developed within a year, even if a heart attack had not claimed his life. Flynn's lifestyle contributed to his early demise, and the details of his life became even more scandalous after his death. He was laid to rest at Forest Lawn in Glendale, a final resting place for many Hollywood stars. The stories of his escapades and the controversies surrounding him continued to captivate the public, revealing a complex figure who lived life to the fullest but paid a heavy price for it. His legacy remains intertwined with the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, as well as the darker aspects of fame and excess. However, Errol Flynn's life took a controversial turn with the publication of Errol Flynn: The Untold Story by Charles Hyam in 1980. This book presented several alarming allegations, the most notable being the claim that Flynn had acted as a German spy during World War II. Hyam's assertions were largely based on the backgrounds of two of Flynn's close friends, Dr. H.F. and Freddie McAvoy, who were believed to have anti-Semitic views and sympathies toward Germany. While the claims regarding Flynn's friends were substantiated, the more sensational allegations stemmed from a supposed confession. According to Hyam, a woman revealed that her husband, who had worked closely with Flynn, overheard him admitting to being involved in espionage for the Germans. This revelation sparked significant debate and controversy, casting a shadow over Flynn's legacy as a Hollywood icon. The implications of these allegations raised questions about Flynn's true loyalties during a tumultuous period in history, leaving many to ponder the complexities of his character and the truth behind the man who captivated audiences with his charm and talent. However, the 1990 book Errol Flynn: The Spy Who Never Was eventually invalidated the theories that were posthumously believed about the actor's life. Over the course of his 3 marriages, Errol Flynn had a total of 4 children. These children were part of his complex personal life, which was often overshadowed by his adventurous and sometimes scandalous public persona. In the years leading up to his passing in 1959, Errol spent most of his time with his final lover and only companion, Beverly Adlin. Their relationship began when she was just 15 years old, which raised eyebrows and sparked discussions about their age difference. Despite the controversies surrounding his life, Flynn's legacy as a charismatic actor remains strong. His roles in classic films have left a lasting impact on cinema, and his story continues to intrigue fans and historians alike. The revelations in the book shed new light on his family life and relationships, challenging previous assumptions and providing a more nuanced view of the man behind the legend. Despite his many flaws, Errol Flynn possessed a small measure of self-awareness that shaped his perspective on life and career. He took great pride in his cinematic achievements, often reflecting on the impact of his work. Flynn believed that even in a world filled with dread and gloom, he had managed to bring joy to others through his performances. He once mused that perhaps he had not been such a loss after all, suggesting that his contributions to film were meaningful. This sense of purpose drove him, as he recognized that anyone who could create moments of happiness for others was not wasting their time. His films, filled with adventure and charm, allowed audiences to escape their troubles, if only for a little while. Flynn's ability to entertain and uplift spirits was a source of pride for him, and he understood the value of laughter and joy in a challenging world. This awareness of his role as an entertainer highlights the importance of self-reflection and understanding one's impact on others. Perhaps it wasn't all that pointless after all. The words of Errol Flynn resonate deeply, suggesting that his life and career had significant meaning. He spread smiles on the faces of his viewers, captivating audiences with his charm and charisma. Despite the controversies surrounding his personal life, including rumors of being a German spy, Flynn's contributions to the film industry are undeniable. He was a wonderful actor who mesmerized his viewers with a fascinating on-screen persona. His performances in classic films showcased his talent and ability to entertain, leaving a lasting impact on cinema. The joy he brought to countless fans should be celebrated. While his personal choices may have been questionable, they do not overshadow the happiness he created through his work. Flynn's legacy is one of entertainment and artistry, reminding us that the joy he provided is what truly matters. In the end, it is essential to appreciate the gifts he shared with the world, rather than focus solely on his flaws.